Gaps in the Russian air defense network are growing larger as Ukrainian forces systematically dismantle key systems across the battlefield. With every new blind spot, Ukrainian drones and missiles strike deeper into Russian territory, hitting high-value targets that were once thought untouchable, Euromaidan Press media outlet reports. The Ukrainian Intelligence Directorate also organized several sabotage operations within Russian territory, infiltrating Tver Oblast, setting fire to an S-300 command post and radar station, disabling the long-range system and creating a significant gap for Ukrainian drones and missiles. Additionally, Ukrainian agents sabotaged 2 Zhitel electronic warfare systems in Voronezh, further crippling Russia's ability to counter drone swarms. Euromaidan Press says that despite the halt in direct US intelligence sharing, Ukraine continues to receive valuable intelligence from European allies while also utilizing private satellite sources to gather information on Russian targets. This enabled Ukrainian HIMARS operators to strike a Russian training ground in Zaliznyi Port, Kherson, with cluster munitions, eliminating over 30 soldiers. Additionally, precision-guided GMLRS rockets targeted a training site in Zaporizhzhia, destroying dozens of Russian troops and armored vehicles. The gaps in the Russian air defense network also allowed Ukrainians to continue their strike campaign on Russian oil refining facilities. The first target was the Novoshakhtinsk refinery, where large fires erupted after a Ukrainian drone strike penetrated Russian air defenses, forcing workers to evacuate. Euromaidan Press states that the next target was the Russian oil refinery in Novokibishevsk, Samara, one of the largest in Russia, processing over 8 million tons of oil annually. Lastly, Ukrainian drones struck their most distant target yet, the Ufa oil refinery, over 1,400 kilometers from Ukraine. A key fuel supplier for the Russian army, the refinery, producing over 168,000 barrels of oil daily, caught fire after the attack. Its destruction highlights Ukraine's extended drone capabilities, signaling that no target west of the Ural is safe. Overall, Ukrainians ramped up their strikes on Crimea, using naval drones to deploy FPV kamikaze drones against Russian air defense systems, while also targeting systems with conventional FPV drones and even organizing massive sabotage operations within Russian territory. Meanwhile, Ukrainian long-range drone strikes demonstrated the ability to hit any Russian target west of the Urals, as Russia's air defense network is already stretched thin and losing many systems to Ukrainian attacks and sabotage. Euromaidan Press reports that the Ukrainian Navy also announced plans for a third strike on the Kerch Bridge. This has forced Russia to redeploy more of its already overextended air defense to Crimea, creating further gaps for Ukraine to exploit, whether Ukrainians actually launch this strike or not.
A court in Georgia on Monday handed another prison sentence to imprisoned former President Mikhail Sakashvili to a total of 12.5 years, a verdict he denounced as illegal. Sakashvili, who served as Georgia's president from 2004 to 2013, has previously been sentenced on charges of abuse of power and embezzlement that he and his defense have rejected as politically motivated. According to Associated Press on Monday, the court sentenced him to 4 years and 6 months on charges of illegal border crossing. With his previous sentences accumulated, he now has to serve 12 years and 6 months behind bars. Sakashvili, speaking by video conference, dismissed Monday's verdict as an absolutely illegal, unjust sentencing of me for crimes I have not committed. They want to annihilate me in prison, he said. But no matter what, I will fight till the end. Sakashvili, who led the so-called Rose Revolution protests in 2003 that drove his predecessor out of office, enacted a series of ambitious reforms tackling official corruption as president of the South Caucasus nation of 3.7 million. He also presided over a short but fierce war with Russia in 2008 that ended with the humiliating loss of its last footholds in 2 separatist territories, and he cracked down on protesters who charged that his zeal had mutated into autocracy. In 2012, Sakashvili's United National Movement Party lost the election to the Georgian Dream Party established by Bidzina Ivanishvili, a billionaire who made his fortune in Russia. Georgian Dream has remained in power ever since, tightening its grip on democratic freedoms and drawing accusations from the opposition of steering the country away from the path toward European Union membership and back into Russia's sphere of influence. Sakashvili left for Ukraine in 2013, obtained Ukrainian citizenship and served as a governor of the country's southern Odessa region in 2015-16. He claimed his imprisonment is sending a message to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Mikhail Saakashvilis Fondelikhnes დამნაშავედ საქართველოს სისხლის სამართლის კოდექსის 354 მუხლის პირველ ნაწილის გათვალისწინებით დანაშაულის ჩადენისთვის, ძირითადად საშიას საფრთხეზონად განსაზღვრა თავისუფლების აქტთა 4-ისა და 6-თვის საქართველოს სისხლის სამართლის კოდექსის 59 მუხლის მესამე და მეოთხე ნაწილების საფუძველზე ამ განაჩენის განშრულ საშიას ნაწილობრივ დაემაროს თბილისის საქალაქო სასამართლოს 25 წლის 12 მარტის განაჩენის განშრულ საშიასთან თავისუფლების აქტთა 8 თვის ვადი და 3 თვის ვადის სახელმწიფო სამსახურში დაშვილი თანამდებობის დაკარგვის უფლების აღზრდა და საბოლოო განაჩენის Mikhail Saakashvilis ძირითადად საშიას საფრთხეზონად განსაზღვრა სახელმწიფოს აქტთა 12 წლის და 6 თვის ვადით, მასვე 3 თვის ვადის სამართლოს სახელმწიფო სამსახურში დაშვილი თანამდებობის დაკარგვის უფლების.
You just saw an absolutely illegal, unjust sentencing of me for the crimes I haven't committed, and this is basically sending message to also President Zelenski, trying to scare him and to show what happens when you don't surrender your country to the conqueror. I didn't surrender Georgia. I fought for Ukraine in Odessa when I was governor in Odessa. This is the punishment for this. They want to annihilate me in prison. But no matter what, I will fight till the end.